Really good play there. I liked how it was pretty standard and pretty safe, whereas the game before he went for something a little bit stylistic, a little bit different. Yeah. So he's showing that he has pretty good range here.
And our final map is going to be Heavy Rain, picked by Bbyong.
All right. Let's see if Bbyong can do this.
See if Bbyong can SCV pull his way out of this.
I think he probably will end up doing that.
For the hope of Terran here. So now you're predicting Bbyong going to win? Because you said you give me a prediction, Artosis.
Oh yeah, after that one.
Game number 3.
Okay, Heavy Rain. I think Bbyong is going to win. I think that MyuNgSiK has to go for Colossus Tech, and I think that Bbyong can hit a nice SCV pull timing on that third base. So if you try to go charge lots here, I feel like the way that you can attack the third from the side is a little bit hard to counter with a Zealot-based army, especially with how close the drops are in your main base. It's really, really difficult. So I'm siding with Bbyong. I think he's going to do it.
All right, let's see if Artosis is right, as we're about to find out which of these two players is going to be knocked out of the round of 32 here in the GSL Code S.
MyuNgSiK versus Bbyong.
And I do want to point out, I want this to be a double Reaper opening. Oh God, he already sent an SCV out. I think he's Proxy Racks Reaper.
Yep, I think you're right. The SCV on the mini-map there.
Yeah.
Almost halfway across the map now.
But I was going to say I wanted him to do a double Reaper opening, because the more I think about it, I'm like, MyuNgSiK should actually probably go for like a Blink all-in. Like that would probably be
I think a Blink
really
all-in
good.
wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, I think that would be something like that. Some sort of crazy tactic. Not so crazy in case of a Blink all-in. But anyways, it just something like that, just because this map can be hard to take that third on, and SCV pulls are going to be extra strong.
It's a pretty open area where that third is. So let's see how much damage this actually does here.
Yeah.
And let's see if this probe actually spots this. Oh my God!
Really?
Oh!
Wow.
Synced up with the Hot 6 graphic.
Yeah. The difference of this game, like if he had scouted that versus not scouting it, is like so immense. It's like the hugest lead if he scouts it. Whereas right now he is going to scout down and eventually whoa. He's really looking all over the place.
Except for the one place he was supposed to look. The Reaper is being made now.
You're awfully judgy today.
Yeah, man. Like, he really dropped the ball back there. The Reaper's coming now with the Cybernetics core just now starting here. Now that the probe's gotten down here, the lack of barracks tells Bbyong clearly that he's being proxied. He just doesn't know the exact location.
But he knows
where
what
that
it is.
Yeah.
He knows it's Reaper and everything, so he can just Chrono Boost out his Stalker, get his Mothership core quickly. I don't expect too much damage to be dealt. Like, if he gets 4 probes, that's pretty good, I'd say.
Yeah. Now the Reaper's coming up here, and he's getting a few probes.
A little bit sloppy right now, I would say. Okay, gets that SCV really nicely done. All right, couple probes gone.
Actually, great control here from Bbyong here with this Reaper.
Yeah, very, very good. And oh! 3.
Yep, got that additional probe.
Nice, nice.
A lot of interrupted mining.
Yeah, so
the Reapers are actually headed back home right now, as Terran's going to expand off the back of that harass.
he's gotten 3 probes so far. It looks like he's getting this 4th that's trying to get home right now. So that's nice. Oh no, not quite.
This is a nice move because this keeps the mothership just there,
defending.
Yeah.
You can't scout with it or anything.
Because the mothership can be a multi-layered tool.
Yeah.
Early on, sometimes you don't really need it for defense. You know, you can poke around, see if there's any other worker parked outside your base. But in this case, with the Reapers, no. I mean that staples it to the base of the Protoss.
Yeah, until they have at least 1 or 2 Stalkers, they kind of have to sit there. And by the time they have 1 or 2 Stalkers, the power of scouting the mothership is greatly diminished.
Exactly.
Well, that command center about halfway done, and it looks like finally we're going to see a Nexus coming up from MyuNgSiK. But I would say that it was a pretty okay proxy Reaper. 3 probes killed, not quite as much as you would like, unfortunately.
Idea, but I think it's a good strat to do on this map.
Well, I just like that he has 2 Reapers. That's like the main part. And look, it is that Twilight Council, so the 2 Reapers, this is the follow-up part to why that's a good choice, is hopefully he can find this tech. When you see the Twilight, at least you can start preparing for the Blink All, and that's not going to come because they're making a 3rd Nexus. So hopefully he gets in there pretty soon.
And so far the Reapers have been able to scout fairly well here, although not seeing the Twilight Council just yet, but they have been able to maneuver around. Check for that expansion, for instance. And now we have Stim on the way here. Nice job there, taking out that probe, but it looks like they will be met with these Stalkers here. 1 Reaper does go down.
Yeah, that's a little bit rough. Now with 1 Reaper, I'm not sure that he's going to be able to scout this. He's going to have to either scan or guess or something.
And the Blink all in, excuse me, is, I mean, it's on the way. The question is, will Bbyong be prepared? And then, of course, how well do both players execute that big attack?
Indeed. It's so important. Oh, my God, he's going to see it.
Oh, my God. Okay,
all right, so this is
Bbyong
actually where...
should hold this if he has good understanding of the game and good control.
Well, you know, I think we're going to have to see him probably throw up some bunkers ASAP. And there you go, some bunkers being thrown up. Now, the thing is, once you kill that Reaper, you can just make a 3rd Nexus off of this and still walk up as if you're doing the attack. So this is like one of the main things that Terrans are angry about with Protoss. Watch, let's see. This 3rd Nexus should start really, really soon, I would hope. And he's actually not even sending anything down.
Look good here.
Okay, he's actually sending a probe back right now for it. But
okay, so yeah, he's going to take that middle location there, put a Nexus there,
yeah,
while just keeping Terran in a state of defense that, I don't know, man.
Well, actually, he's just kind of committing to Stalkers at this moment, but I mean, normally you would want to throw up a really quick 3rd Nexus here, just to kind of punish the fact that they are spending 400 minerals so far on bunkers. That's like, you know, quite a waste. Well, it's not a waste because otherwise you're going to get killed.
But it stops them from developing that, you know,
their
that
army, their
monstrous
tech, anything.
Army, exactly. And meanwhile, you're actually just expanding.
Yeah.
The thing that you paid for that keeps them stuck in their base and wasting money is just an upgrade for units that you were going to get anyways. Whereas they're actually spending a whole bunch of money as a fail-safe so they don't lose this game before they go back to playing Terran the way they wanted to. It's really nice.
Definitely could
okay,
not
so
have said
he
that
just
better.
is not going to get that 3rd Nexus. He's just actually going to try to win this with the Stalker Load, which is, I think, actually going to behoove Bbyong here.
He's actually making Robo and getting extra gases and extra probes behind. So, I mean, it looks like he's just going to tech up into like kind of a regular play, kind of like what we saw last game, but starting it out with Blink Stalkers. You know, it's a little bit different, but a lot of respect being shown to Bbyong, I guess.
He's got to blink out of here. And, oh man, almost gets all of them out.
Good snipe there by Bbyong to at least get something. And at this point, I think he knows that the Blink Stalker, quote-unquote, all-in or attack or whatever, it's done. It didn't do that much, but it certainly did force a bunch of bunkers, which is nice. And now it's time to get out there and pressure.
So now, finally, Bbyong can start to get a bigger, stronger Terran army here because he doesn't need those bunkers anymore. But yeah, that was a great way for MyuNgSiK to just slow down Bbyong's progress with a pretty scary attack that just has to... Terran has to stop everything.
You have to deal with it one way or another.
And so now Bbyong has liberty to move around the map.
I love this, by the way. He knocks down the rocks to slow the Terran from coming closer to him.
It's really smart.
It's just a nice little move. Now, this is the area where he's walking to right now, Bbyong is, that I was talking about where the 3rd can be a little bit hard to hold. You know, you can harass right there. It's hard for charge lots to stop you, and then you can drop in the main. But this is a very defensive MyuNgSiK. He has Blink. He's on 2 bases. Pokes are okay for Bbyong, but if he does anything beyond poke, it's an overcommittal. Like, you can't actually expect to do damage here. You can't.
Oh!
Well, he's expecting to do damage here. We'll see.
Okay,
a little bit slow by MyuNgSiK on picking anything off. So,
and is he going to blink on top of that? There you go. He needs to get that medevac, and he does. Oh my God, he does not.
He doesn't
7
kill
HP.
it, but I mean that was greedy from Bbyong. He probably should have
lost a lot
medevac.
of units. There was no need.
MyuNgSiK was slow at first, and then just barely didn't kill the medevac with units.
Generally speaking, like a Protoss on 2 bases this late in the game, you're probably not going to just harass them.
You shouldn't.
I mean, this is
The smallest pokes.
Any Grandmasters player should just be able to defend 2 bases, you know, should have the units in the right spot.
Yeah.
Doesn't always happen, but...
It's kind of like the Marine King problem, right?
Right. He's like, I'm going to just harass his 2 bases with these minivacs. And I mean, it's not that his harass isn't good and his...
well, it's one of the best, but yeah.
The truth of the matter is that this is not a situation that a player wouldn't naturally be prepared for.
Yeah.
And then even with the best control in the world, probably would not naturally just outmaneuver them and win. It shouldn't at the highest level players.
Look, it doesn't take a rocket scientist or parting to defend 2 Nexuses with Mothership Core plus Blink Stalkers.
When you get up to 3, that's another story. 3, a lot more can be going on.
Yeah. Well, but, that's so many locations you can't quite do it, but
yeah,
here it's, I mean, I just totally suggest not to do such a thing, but he tried it, lost a few units. Not a big deal, though. It wasn't like a huge loss.
And then we have a little scan here. Zealots, Sentries, Colossi. I mean, MyuNgSiK is just getting a really solid, scary Protoss army that he might be able to just push into Byung's base.
His third is so late here. It's like such a ridiculously late third. We're at like 14:45. This is like, it's almost as if we're watching Rain play. This is so safe, right? He's opened up with the Blink, he's gone into Colossus. Yeah, he's got great upgrades, he's going to have charge. It's super safe, but it's slow, and it's Blink Stalkers, and it's Colossus. So this is where the SCV pull comes in. We should be seeing an SCV pull, like, without any doubt. And we actually see a second starport being made here from Bbyong. I actually didn't expect that at all.
Well, the fact that he's making it like... Hold on a second. So he's just carving up the rest of the map here to get the flow in his favor.
You know, it's kind of interesting because it's so much like the other game that we saw on Ultrazine, where he's just making a ton of Vikings to go with this. This will be an SCV pull. Yeah, I'm just a little bit surprised he committed so heavily to Vikings, but that's okay because he knows just how heavily his opponent is relying on Colossi.
He has to do the pull pretty quick here because he's almost maxed out. There's really nothing left to wait for.
Well, I mean, maybe it won't be a pull. I mean, normally against such a slow third base, you're going to want to do that, but...
Well, I think if he was going to do it, maybe he's waiting to tear down these rocks first, but he needs to do it pretty quicker. There's the pull.
There it is, okay.
The pull has happened.
Yeah, that would have been really, really weird. But anyways, the SCV pull, this is the perfect situation. He's up by like 30 supply, he's maxed out, he's got ghosts, he's got a ton of Vikings. He's going up against someone who only has 1 form of splash damage in the form of 5 Colossus.
Well, this is all going to come down to control. Now, I think Bbyong's in pretty good shape right now to make this work, but can he do it just right?
Well, he's sacking this third, I believe.
It looks like he wants to try to just get the angle on him, hoping that some of those are going to attack the Nexus instead.
Oh man, some big EMPs going down. These Vikings doing a pretty good job on the Colossus so far. A huge spread here from Bbyong.
Oh, I think Bbyong just tears through this. There's just too much tearing everything.
Yeah, and
that's it.
You know,
we're gonna have a rematch now.
It looks like it. Some good play from Bbyong.
GG.
That game kind of went exactly as expected.
Yeah. He's got those SCV pulls down, man.
Yeah, and that was exactly the situation you want to do it in. Well played by Bbyong.
Yeah.
So, you know, the kind of slower third base, that kind of Rain-esque super turtle third base from MyuNgSiK, not doing it. He is last place in this group, Tasteless.
It feels like that game should have been our first game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it was like, that game specifically, it seemed like MyuNgSiK just thought he was not going to get an SCV pull on him. I mean, he had no Templar. This is all due to the way that his tech was planned out. But, yeah, I mean, he had no Storm, nothing to answer for that. Bbyong is clearly going to SCV pull, you know, each time there, and he just didn't have an answer for him. I mean, that was the most one-sided dominant SCV pull we saw.
Yeah,
Bbyong against the Protoss.
Well, you take a 1430 third Nexus. You're gonna with Colossus tech. It's like I don't know what to tell you. You're going to get SCV pulled. You're not going to have a giant army. Your gases are late. You can't afford a ton of Colossus and High Templars at that point.
Kind of a weird choice there for the last build in a PVT. Now we're going to go to our final match here. It's going to be True against Bbyong, the rematch, to see if we're going to have a Zergo on or maybe just have one Terran finally be in the round of 16. We'll be back after this short break.